All right, well, we're gonna,
Live stream.
is it 6 o'clock, 6:30? Yeah.
It's 6:30.
Let me throw this over.
So who's in the next building yelling at each other?
That's
Might be
the
the
police. What
Did
is
we
that?
pick up some?
Did you just record something?
We're recording now.
So who's in the? We're picking up somebody else.
We're live.
We're live. All right, I'm gonna call the meeting to order. Roll call, Tim Hamilton's here.
Mike Schlossberg's here. Dave Reason's here.
Dave's here. All right, that way we get everybody on the record that they've spoken out loud. All right, we have one issue before us, 8 El Dorado. I was gonna say the plaintiff, but that's the applicant. You are George. Why don't you tell us just briefly what you want to do? We've read the material and then we'll get clarification if we need it.
Basically.
And George, why don't you go up to that microphone?
Yeah, that microphone.
Make sure it's on. Sounds like it.
Yeah, that's fine.
George Apgar, I live at 8 El Dorado Drive, born and raised in Ithaca, work for the city of Ithaca. My dad passed away a couple years ago and my mom's gonna be 81 and I'm trying to move her up to Trumansburg, get her out of the city. And as you know, we've gone around and tried to get her some small houses up here, but gotten some bidding wars and lost. So my backup plan was to put a mother-in-law apartment above my garage. And I've worked with an architect in Ithaca, Philip, and I can use the lower part of the garage with beefing some stuff up. But the problem we ran into was then if we use the same footprint, I'm gonna lose a couple windows in a bedroom on the house, and then I'd have a bedroom with no windows, which you can't have. So if we could move it forward 8 feet, then I could leave that section of roof line there and it wouldn't touch the main house. That's basically it in a nutshell.
And then that creates a difficulty on the front setback and the side setback. As I've noticed here, you're saying the new front setback is 41 feet.
The new, yeah, yep,
And the side would be 10.
correct, yep.
What particular questions do you have of him for any clarification on what he's presented and given us a print?
So there's a tree between the street and your current gravel driveway. Is that gonna be able to be preserved?
No. And when I first moved there in 2008, it was a buyer's market, so it was a good time to get into Trumansburg. But anyway, the end of the road was all woods and they put the duplexes in. And then the house next to me has solar panels. And so when NYSEG added more electric down there, I did have 2 trees side by side and I lost that one tree because they had to change the pole and do all that. And then the neighbor, when he put in all his solar panels, I had 3 big spruce trees he asked to take down because it would block his solar panels. So I did that for, yeah, obviously the front one, I didn't have a choice, but the back 3 I did so he could have his solar panels not blocked.
So do you have is there a neighbor to the left, like from the street to your left? Where you're doing you're looking for the variance for the side setback?
Yeah, yep, that's the newer house that has the solar panels there. There's like a little right of way, which I found out. The sewer line comes down that from the house behind me that's on Trumansburg Road.
Okay,
And then they have their solar panels and then they have their driveway and house.
and have you spoken to them about what you were doing?
I just told them with the idea of the garage early on, but I haven't told them the specifics of the footprint and coming out or anything like that.
You haven't told them about the small, the change that you were looking at?
No,
Sign.
no.
Okay,
Across the street neighbor I have, that's the owner of the apartments I have.
okay, for the front setback?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Make a note of Noah getting here and.
Yes,
Sorry,
it's okay, no.
2 BZA meetings in one night. City of Ithaca ran late, sorry.
So as I look at this picture here,
Mhm.
this is showing the side yard.
Correct. It'd be like if I'm standing right now.
This is moving into the side yard.
You can come up to.
Yeah, so in what way is it moving forward? From what the garage is right now? Are you building the whole front wall of the garage farther forward?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
So ostensibly removing the overhead doors.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I need to add a second floor. I currently have it's a 2-car garage, a little bit bigger, but I only have one door. And I need to shore that door up there, so it would essentially make that. Ultimately, if I could switch to 2 small overhead doors, so I had just a straight driveway, a real small driveway. And then that big, huge driveway that I have that there's never a good spot to park in and you're always in someone's way. I'd love to turn that back into grass, a yard.
So where you're going to build is what is current gravel.
Correct, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
where that one picture where my gray Honda Pilot is.
okay. Because right now you come and you turn into your garage, but now you'll come straight in.
Yeah, I would like to, yeah. Like
Is that the way the
Where that-
doors orient then?
where the big overhead door is. I mean, that's I think a 16-foot door. It needs to be shored up in the middle for the architect. So I'd love to on the side, put 2 small doors, and then you'd have just you'd have El Dorado and a driveway like this, and then the garage, and then this can be all turned back into front yard.
So maybe I misunderstood, the 2 doors will face El Dorado?
Correct.
Oh, I didn't get.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Okay.
Yeah, I just, okay. All right. That would seem to me there would be less driveway then.
Correct, yes.
Well, that's not a bad thing.
Now I could have a yard. And well, currently, when I open my windows with that gravel drive, every time someone pulls in, I get dust in the house, so that would
Okay.
move that over, so that'd be nicer. And it'd be nice to see grass out front.
Offset them. Impervious surfaces
Yeah,
and the roof. Eliminate ground.
Maybe an increase on pervious surfaces, if he's turning all that other gravel area into
No.
grass.
do we have other questions of the applicant at this point? We certainly can ask them more later after we maybe make some discussion and we need some more clarification.
I may have missed this, but is the driveway moving so that it's going straight into these?
Correct, yes,
Okay,
yes.
so you're foregoing one curb cut and adding a new one?
There's no curb cuts.
Okay, but you're essentially. I heard you say you want to remove some of the asphalt that's there now.
It's all gravel, but yeah,
Okay,
nice to repurpose it over there and then
gotcha.
bring in dirt and have a bigger front yard.
Okay. Any other questions? Let's open it to public comment. Can I have a motion to open to public comment? Dave moves. Can I have a second? Seconded. Mike seconds. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Anyone here for public comment? No one online?
No, I have previous comments submitted.
Okay, can I have a motion to close public comment? Dave moves, second.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, the same. Motion carried. All right. There are 5 considerations that we need to make based on this project. Is this project going to be a detriment to the character of the neighborhood? He's going to change his driveway. He's going to change the front scape. So you're going to see the garage. He's got some drawings here. Architectural, it gives you a little bit of a look of what it might end up being. What do you think?
I mean, that cul-de-sac is very mixed, right? There's all sorts of architectural sizes, there's all sorts of setbacks. I don't see this as being out of character with the rest of the houses. So,
It's gonna drag the community down is really the question. I mean, you know, you do a project and it's, you know, makes. I don't think it's gonna mess up the character.
No, I think there's very little influence just being further back. And it's, yeah.
What about the detriment to the environment? He's gonna have less hardscape, a little more roof.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Right now, your roofs, they all just kind of shed into grass, or you have gutters, or
All of them go into gutters and then they all drain out to the front, drainage pipe there.
oh, okay.
They're all piped in.
The storm, right, directly to the storm sewer.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then they go across the street into that, the apartments, that's where the thing comes out, and it goes out back, wanders around.
And so the new roof will be set up in a similar way.
Yeah, like to keep all the water.
Okay. Okay. Other environmental issues you think this is? That are impacted by this? I don't think there's any detriment then. Substantial. 15-foot side, he's going to 10. That's 30%. 50 on the front, he's going to 41.
both of those are code if the new zone passes.
But
But
that may never pass. So we can't base on what I've been on here when we've been doing the middle of zoning revisions, and it doesn't matter. They're not law yet. I don't think it's substantial.
I don't think so either. And I will say, even though the code hasn't passed, what we have learned is that it's very consistent with other standards throughout the village. You know, it's within, I forget what the percentage is, within 90% of all.
Meaning the new code is going to try and be more reflective.
More reflective was actually on the
Yes.
ground. And so this is not inconsistent with what's actually on the
Right,
ground throughout the village.
And El Dorado is very inconsistent in its setbacks. I haven't gone by recently to look at it.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the cross
Right.
way across the Eldorado neighbors 32 feet. I think the Darfurs have like 200. I mean, they're way back there.
so it's inconsistent in setbacks.
Right.
Housing styles, size of houses.
Right. One of the things that you do in the village streets where we have, let's say, multiple houses close together all on one side is the zoning gives us the freedom to make sure they all kind of fit. So if like all your neighbors are at 25 and you're at 50, and you want to move up, it's kind of like you can do that. But here you just got it all over the place, but we're not talking that much. We're at 41 feet on proposed 50. Fourth area, could he create this benefit in another way? I mentioned that he could go back, but you don't want to lose windows in your house. I don't think, and I think the design they've done is looks like it's going to be pretty nice. The last one is, did he inflict this upon himself? Yes. It's always better. Nobody's forcing you. Well, maybe it's mother-in-law, you said?
My mother.
Oh, your mother. Well, my mother's a juniper. They can sometimes force you what they want you to do. All right. So let's vote on these five more officially, make a determination unless you have any other questions. Detriment to the character of the neighborhood. I'm going to say no. I want to hear what your votes are.
No,
No.
No.
No, okay, so no it is. Second, detriment to the environment, I'm gonna say no,
nope,
No.
okay. Substantial, I'm again gonna say no. It's
Nope.
not substantial.
no.
Benefit another way? I'm gonna say no. Not,
It's a hard question, but I'm going to say no as well.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna make a choice of is this the better of two or three options? If you think this is the better of two or three options, I think it's a vote no, the benefit really can't be done another way. But it's not binding to make our determination on that. Benefit another way? No.
No.
No. No. And self-inflicted, yes. Yes. Can I have a motion to either grant or deny the variance?
Motion grant.
Dave makes it a motion to grant. Can I have a second?
I'll second that.
Second by Mike. Any questions? All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed the same? Motion carries. You are free to spend your money.
Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. We will sign this thing tonight, so it'll be in the office. It'll be set to go, whatever your next steps are. That's with Tom. Right?
Me? Yes, I'm Tom.
The next steps is he does this with you, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll have just a brief chat with you.
I need a motion to adjourn.
There is no new business or more business.
No new business, any new business that we know of? I don't have any. No new business. No old business. Okay. Motion, no, to adjourn, a second? Dave second, all in favor, say aye. Aye, pose the same, motion carries, we are adjourned. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. Sorry, I got everything late. I
It's
hope it-
okay.
It really set us back.
I hope I didn't double the length of the meeting.
The meeting in Ithaca was not so easy.
No, they just, they